up Shady. Bump it on through. Down we go. Express. Take back. Hell pulls back with their competition a little bit. Jules! Whoa! That was insane! Last season, both of them had experience on the international stage. And there it is. Showcasing from Portos. We might have a series. You see me. That's a good with CGM. He's taking it. Oh my god! What a jacket! Welcome back to the last week of Rocket League OCE Championship League play, proudly supported by Maccas, where the Monopoly game Maccas is back. 1 in 5 will instantly win. Speaking of winners, that's Courier Lord, and this is Yummy Cheese Man, and we're moving forward with some pretty good series. Scylla taking on Chiefs is next, and this is big.
This is a game that everyone's going to be watching. It's similar to Jam vs Legacy, where there's some real serious implications, but especially for Scylla Esports. Every single game really matters in this if they want to get through and get their revenge to go to RLCS.
Yeah, they had to watch Chiefs and Jam go away, narrowly missing out in that 3rd seed overtime after running that lower bracket gauntlet. I hope for their sake it doesn't happen again.
And it was Chiefs who took them to Game 7 overtime and prevented them from getting their dream by 1 goal twice. There's no way that Scylla aren't coming back going, we have to beat the Chiefs.
But Scylla got their revenge in the off-season, but that was just the off-season.
Yeah.
It's not the OCE Championship. Chiefs have ruined this before for Scylla. Scylla got some kind of taste in the off-season. 3rd over 4th of Chiefs.
That was when Chiefs were a little bit off as well, and now the Chiefs are back.
They're back strong.
Yeah,
they're in a
one game in a month, I think.
Yeah, they're in a position where they can take down Scylla and really, really take it home to them. And Scylla need to prove themselves, not just to get into PAX, into the regional championship, but also to show that they are a top 3 team.
Well, they went up against Pale and managed to take them down, who were a key contender coming forward. And Pale goes pretty well against Chiefs too, so ipso facto, so that's a fair chance.
Was it Game 5 overtime against Pale Horse, but at least they broke the curse of overtime.
Yeah, I mean, that helps a little bit, I guess. But Chiefs just came off Jam, 3-0. Scylla got to be worried because Chiefs just pile drive through the next best team in OCE. Now Scylla looking for that 4th spot. They verse Noisies and Toxic next, but every win, like you said, matters here. If Scylla get taken down 3-0, they're going to be in a bit of trouble. Noisies and Toxic had the opportunity to upset Scylla Esports. This would be a good start for them if they can at least take a couple of games off Chiefs, if not take the series.
For context, if they 3-0 either of their series, they're through guaranteed. But if they get 3-0'd, it's terrible. They're going to end up in a tiebreaker in a way that they need to have every single game.
And this is not the kind of match that you're going to expect a 3-0 from. If anything, avoiding being swept is going to be hard, because if Jam's getting taken down that cleanly and you're coming in, we don't know how they're coming in, and if you're coming in anything but your best, you're in so much trouble.
Yeah, Scylla haven't played today, but we look at those prediction games again and we ask if Scylla can take Chiefs. Now, Courier, I have to ask you, do you think Chiefs are going to destroy Scylla?
I think Chiefs are a safe bet. If Chiefs can take down Jam, they can just take down anyone. They're monsters. I'm happy to send them to RLCS now, and they'll just do a great show for OCE.
Nice, okay.
They have to verse G2, a big, tough competition. And I actually believe in the OCE teams they can take down G2, just like Chiefs are going to take down Scylla. If it's anything like the last series, 3-0.
So you're both going for Chiefs there. I am going to hop on that train as well. I believed at Scylla in some point,
copying.
but I just know...
Why do you always copy
Yeah.
us, Jake?
I saw Chiefs, man. Like, I just saw what Chiefs could provide. And I'm so proud that they're back in form in the championship. Like a father raising his son. He's just turned 18.
You're a pretty young father.
And he got his P's. He's driving well. He's not doing over the speed limit.
These guys haven't got their piece. Have you seen them driving these cars?
At 120 k's an hour I have. And I'll be a worried father.
Yeah, these guys are definitely heading off to jail. And they're minors as well.
Yeah, well, poor to see. We go into game number 1 between Scylla Esports and Chiefs, despite what you see there. Chiefs looking to destroy Scylla Esports, but Scylla, if they can take a 3-0 against Chiefs, which is quite unlikely, but possible, they're going.
They're definitely going. Chiefs are already there. Scylla Esports are close, And especially with their series later on in the day against Noises and Toxic, where they're expected to win, if they can do well here, they'll be through, but not with plays like that from the Chiefs.
Torsos, the classic, gets some more goals on the mix, and it was a beautiful touch to Drippe. Unfortunately, Kira just sets it up for Torsos, and Chiefs get one.
It was just the pressure. They forced 2 shots. There were 2 potential shots there that could have been on net. The first one from Torsos, where he got a great angle. The second from Drippe, and that opens up the net.
First goal for Chiefs starts them off strong, and the pressure does not stop there. Chiefs have been a team that have versed Scylla in the past, and it's been close. But will this one be the same? Each team in OCE is improving week by week in our league play. We're into Season 4. But have Chiefs just improved out of sight, and can Scylla no longer reach them?
I think it's a good one for Chiefs. They need to put their stamp on this series, though. Their toughest competition in the past has been Scylla.
Yeah.
Scylla have historically been the team that could beat the Chiefs. So stamping down the Scylla right now puts them in an even better position at PAX.
Especially would, because the Chiefs right now, they want to cement themselves as first seed, Yummy. They get this win, they get first seed. Chiefs Esports, 1 goal starts them off strong. You can see the passing continuing on, and Scylla have something to say about it. Quick bump, a friendly bump at that into Torsos. Kiro hits the ball up. Scylla Esports in front of this net. The ball drops in, and there we go. The shot for Dumbo.
That's a good opening of the net, but a bit of a misplay here by Chiefs, and that is not what you expect from Jake and Torsos as well, who I didn't see flip out of control there. But that is not the type of play that beats American and international teams.
That's right. Chiefs need to show consistency here. Scylla Esports getting one is great start for them. Game number 1, not over just yet. 3 minutes remaining, and Chiefs pushing the ball up. Scylla Esports, some interesting pass plays. Kira off the corner will try and let it be received by his teammates, but to no avail as Chiefs continue to push around this corner and look for more control. That's not control. That was opening the goal up for Adzi. Dumbo was there as well. Chiefs, 3 minutes in, still playing the pressure game here by Scylla Esports, and Chiefs finally getting the clear.
There's a big clear for Chiefs as well. It gives them a lot of time to set up an attack here. As Scylla are going to be low on boost if Chiefs are able to keep this up.
Quick demolition, going to halt the play from Chiefs, and
that was so crucial.
yeah, boost management important here. Now, Dumbo pushing the ball, a bit of a solo play coming through from Scylla Esports. 1 apiece, 2 minutes 30. Doesn't look like any team breaking through the defense right now, but maybe. Adzi there. Jake here as well. Kira hits the ball first. Adzi, bring it down. Over to Kira. Response instantly from Chiefs. Jake will be waiting around the other side. He hits it off the wall, looking to drop it in. Off the backboard. Responded well by Kira.
That's a good play off the roof, but right now, Scylla are going to be looking to get mistakes out of Chiefs, to force them into terrible situations, as they are prone to do. It's very difficult against a team like the Chiefs, who are so consistent usually.
Some good wall passes here from Scylla Esports, getting it right in front of that net, and that goal square still under pressure. But Chiefs are holding out. It's 145, and Scylla not able to find a square off into the back of the net. They're going to pass it back, play it a little bit safe. Adzi hits it and lobs it over to the wall, but he's been demoed, and it slows the play down just a little bit for Scylla Esports.
Really opened the entire pitch up for Chiefs, and Torsos has so much time. As you can still see, Scylla are great at keeping possession, even if they're not achieving any goals just yet.
Just looking at that bump there from, I believe, Kira, and it sent Jake in the right direction. 1 minute 15, Scylla Esports, they push up, but have they gone too far? The Devo, the double tap, as we call it, almost finding the mark. Chiefs pushing forward. It's a great play. Need to see more.
It's really, really tough right now, as Chiefs have just been bombarding the net. And Scylla just don't have enough boost on all of their members. Even now, only 2 of their members are on full boost.
45 seconds, management of boost, important. Chiefs, man, we're seeing a very close call, but Chiefs look like they're still punishing that net, looking for the shots to roll through, get past the defense. Kira gets the clear, but Drippe says no, hits it back into this side. Although it will be responded instantly by Scylla Esports. Dumbo, what can he make of this? He's going to hit it around the corner, 2 members commit, and here we go. Torsos to play, up the field. He's picked up the boost, off the wall. He's going to dribble it through the air to drop it, and responded by Kira.
Great response from Scylla. They had 2 people back, ready and willing to face that air dribble. And it's the first person who gets it, but it's still a tied game. Neither team able to get the advantage in what we thought might be a one-sided series.
Yeah, could be. Scylla taking it to overtime. Chiefs have one last play here in front of net. The ball going to be cleared away, and Jake probably wants it to hit, and it does.
Smart play by Jake to put that down. He had 3 Scylla members bearing down on him, ready to fire that gun into the net. So it was good, smart play, and that's what you expect from Jake. Tyrant.
Now that we're into overtime, Tyrant or not, Chiefs had to be a little bit scared here because Scylla, if they get game 1, could set up the series for them. And Chiefs, they just took out Jam 3-0.
Well, it doesn't matter. Scylla just won every single game. Remember, if they 3-0, they qualify. So they don't want to drop a single game.
Yep.
They have so much pressure here in this overtime to win it.
But it's the difference between them getting a goal and them breaking away from the defense and letting one through. Scylla, it's going to be a hard win here, but one that they can definitely obtain. 45 seconds into overtime. Chiefs setting up in front of this net. Used a lot of their boost to set up this play, and now Adzi with the response. Over to Kira. Great passing play, but Torsos, he reaches the ball first. Minute into overtime, Dumbo has the shot off the backboard. Tap it down. Adzi opens, and Scylla get game 1.
Scylla managed to take down the Chiefs in game number 1 in overtime. That is the crucial part. The fact that they managed to take down the team that always beat them in overtime for the first time ever, 2-1 in this overtime, and that is putting them one step closer to PAX.
Of course, every game matters, like Yummy said. Every single one. And taking the start against Chiefs, this would be a great run for Scylla Esports. This could just be what they need. It's only game 1, but it is a great start to the series. Could be the difference between them taking the next one, and then potentially taking down the Chiefs.
It was a really tight match. There were a lot of opportunities there for Chiefs as well. They got a lot of shots on. They got a ton of pressure, but Scylla were able to hold on and run out of boost and still hold on and then get a big demolition, which really stopped that pressure play.
Yep.
So Chiefs are going to need to start figuring something else out to get past this Scylla defense.
I mean, it's a very different play style when you look at Scylla, when you put them next to Jam, a whole different enemy. But you have to say that Scylla playing this game out well so far. But Chiefs offer the kickoff. The pressure begins in under 5 seconds as it comes off the backboard. Jake's there. Quick nudge to the side. They missed the ball. Unfortunately for Chiefs, it does not go in. But there we go. Jake with the counterattack instantly. Dumbo will help it get away.
That demo's actually helped them as well because they were all on 0 boost. Dumbo respawns with boost, but another bump coming through. Jake is a monster.
He really is. The Tyrant living up to his name. Chiefs Esports getting some big power plays at the start of this second game. Scylla Esports still holding on for now. And the score difference, that's what matters. The more pressure that gets added on, the more Scylla might get starved of things like boost and lose any kind of pressure that they have.
Pressure is going to be building up, but this time in the other way. As Scylla haven't been able to hold on to forward pressure a lot so far, which is unusual, but not unusual against the Chiefs.
Jake pushes up off the right wing. Nice touch, follows through. Very fast player here. He sets himself up for the pass, but there we go. Kira, nope, not past Torsos. Good defense holding again from Chiefs. Torsos will follow the ball. Is the goal open enough? Not just yet. The double tap from Torsos.
Torsos. That is his bread and butter. He practices them every single day, and that is crisp. Not only that, in the right-hand side, because we know that Scylla was in that left-hand side of the net. We know that they thought the only angle he could get was on that left side.
So such a good read from Torsos, and Chiefs set themselves up with the first goal. Is one game really enough for Scylla to be comfortable? The answer is definitely no. Not against the Chiefs. Not against such a powerful squad that could come back at any moment.
And especially here with Scylla needing to get the 3-0. They don't want to ever be behind in goals. As Scylla are going to be back on the attack, and they're up to getting just one big opportunity. They don't want to roll it in. Luckily for them, Drippe had no boost.
Luckily, Jake doesn't find any of his members to help him out either. Chiefs Esports, 1 goal up, 3 minutes. We saw that confidence with the first goal. We're going to see more of that confidence from the Chiefs, knowing that they're ahead and pushing it to the limit. Maybe against Scylla Esports, the whole different squad. Chiefs Esports pushing forward. 1 goal. Good start.
There's a whole little different squid, and they're trying to put their tentacles around this match so far, but it hasn't looked the same. As I said, they're just getting those single opportunities, and they're able to make mistakes from Chiefs. They need to repeat it. They need to slam it backboard, backboard, backboard.
2 minutes 30. This is a very tense game. You get the feelings from both of these players here. All 6 of them fighting for positioning. Scylla Esports right now, they're fighting for land. Every game counts, but a win would be so big. Drippe trying to deny them any kind of advantage. Torso's here as well. Adzi has a shot, hits the corner, but that's just the crossbar. It's not going to count in the grand scheme.
That's the one opportunity they need to take advantage of. They haven't been taking the goals when they have them, those few opportunities that they get. They really need to. Here's another opportunity. It's an open net. And Dumbo, once again, getting the first goal for Scylla Esports.
They're opening, they're cracking the nut, that is Chiefs. And Dumbo, right place, right time, gets him. That highlight. 155, and it's equal scoring.
You see Dumbo cool and calm under pressure, and I feel like he's normally the one that is to succumb to nerves, but apparently not today. He's an experienced player, he knows how to deal with it, and he's in the zone.
Seeing Scylla Esports hold strong against Chiefs, something that I definitely didn't expect. I thought this was going to be a bit of a whitewash, but Kira is telling me to get the heck off the Chiefs hype train and jump onto his. Scylla Esports getting under pressure, hold out. Dumbo, the highlight reel continues, and he's continuing to impress.
Boy, it'll be a statement if Scylla are able to win this match. It'll be a statement that say, we are an RLCS team. We will be back in the next season. We don't even need to have the same roster. We can change it up. We can work hard, and we can make it.
If Scylla can beat Chiefs here, it then comes down to something like LAN. It then means that if they can beat them here, they can beat them at LAN. Remove the curse. Remove any doubt from your mind. Squid Squad coming in strong. Man, game 2, how do they find it? It's 1 apiece. But that doesn't mean that Kira can't do something here. Repositions himself around the corner, and Scylla Esports playing this quite nicely. But we could be just seeing overtime and a rinse and repeat once again.
I think we are going to see overtime hysterics. This match is so tightly contested in the midfield that even now, there's no shots going on. It's just going back and forth. No one letting the other team having any possession.
The demo kind of resets it a little bit for Chiefs and lets them keep pushing forward. Scylla Esports holding strong on the defense, however, and there's been a highlight through league play, Chiefs Esports pushing up, and 20 seconds remaining. They continue to be in front of this net, ready to score the goal that makes a difference. Scylla Esports do not want to let this happen. Overtime was their strong suit in game number 1. And if we rinse and repeat, we're going to say the same thing once again.
It's great to see the adaptation coming out from Scylla, who are usually the pressure team. We saw against Pale Horse, they're the only team that have ever been able to hold Pale Horse in their defensive end. They're not able to do it in this match, but they're still holding strong and getting opportunities up against the Chiefs.
Adzi commits up to the ball. We move into game 2 overtime, and here we go again. Tense situation here for both teams. Chiefs Esports unable to score. It means that they're put into this tense situation. Drippe is going to dribble the ball, pops it up, and that's actually Adzi who's controlling that flow.
This is a huge backboard as well, but it's not capitalized by Torsos, the most consistent player right now for the Chiefs.
Jake and Torsos, the duo. Normally we talk about Drippe and Torsos, but I feel like we're going to be talking a little bit more about Jake. Get the ball out of there. Scylla, they jump up. 40 seconds into overtime. Need to see exemplar performances come through from Scylla Esports once again. How's the ball going? Little bit dangerous for Chiefs Esports.
Kira just coming through at the end there to save the counter-attack, which would have just been straight into an open net. But even now, this is the chance for Chiefs to set up an attack, which they've been lacking this entire game.
Minute into overtime, Jake has a big hit. Does it go over the top of Dumbo? He's just come in to respond instantly. Torsos around the corner, dribbling it onto that wall. The backboard, the pressure, it hasn't been given up by Chiefs. A minute 15, and Scylla Esports, you speak of not giving up, and Scylla Esports, they're definitely looking powerful in game 2.
Chiefs are still confident though. Look at them going up for those aerial 50-50s. They know they'll get taken out of the game if it fails, but they're so confident that they'll be able to get to the ball just as fast as Scylla.
Demolition there from Chiefs. Might do something. Drippe and Torsos. The power play. Adzi has a shot. Jake hops up. Reaches the ball. Responds instantly. Dumbo with the center. But Drippe with a better read.
Very fast play coming out from both of these. The short passes from Scylla still not enough to open it up. And Chiefs are putting on a bit of a defensive masterclass right now.
Yeah. Should be watching with your eyes peeled. 2 minutes. Drippe gets the ball out of the corner. Kira hasn't found the opening. He's just looking to reposition the ball for Adzi. Jake doesn't receive it first, but Torsos now he's committing. Over to Jake, the passing play interrupted by Scylla Esports off the right wing. The counter-attack initiated by the Squid Squad. Around the side, the wall, not powerful enough. Drippe has the shot. And Kira will just hit it back. And this is really close here. And Scylla are trying their hardest to take down Chiefs.
And even now, Chiefs are still maintaining boost. They've been on the defense now for almost 2 minutes, yet they find those pads, they get solid rotations, and they never use more than they need to.
Well, positioning has always been a highlight of Chiefs, and we expect to see more of these passing plays come through to try and break through the line of defense of Scylla. 3 minutes into overtime. This is some really harsh stuff for both teams.
You have to expect right now the Scylla are going to take this game. The way that they're playing in this overtime, it's a different team to how they play in regulation time, and it looks so spectacular.
When they need to step up, they do. Against the Chiefs, opportunities arise left, right, and center. 3 minutes into overtime, the clock is still ticking, and Chiefs are struggling here. But they have one big play. Demolition from Scylla Esports. Good close call.
That was a good demolition because it stops that backboard play from really coming to fruition.
Chiefs pushing through, however, they're not done. Finally getting the board more consistently outside of their half. Chiefs 3:30 now. Jake's here. The shot. Dumbo.
Not the touch he wanted.
Too big, too fast, too hard. Chiefs Esports now playing with fire. Dumbo has the shot. Torsos responds nicely. Adzi's there. Slips it in, but Jake, great save.
Just at the last moment, he recognized that Torsos was in a bit of a bad situation. Put there, of course, by Scylla, who's been forcing any kind of mistakes out of Chiefs. This one should be on. It goes in, but Jake just at the last second again.
Scylla are having so many good shots here, but it's 4 minutes into overtime now. Both teams unable to find that opportunity to strike it in the back of the net. Chiefs come forward. Jake has the shot. Adzi slides it up.
Chiefs a second ago were the #1 team in Oceania.
Yeah.
They beat Jam, and look what Scylla are doing. They look like the better team.
That's right. They're on the defensive, but they will push out eventually. The question is if Chiefs can continue to hold on for that long. It doesn't look like it. The passing play, Dumbo wasn't up and ready.
He didn't have enough boost. He wasn't quite willing to take the risk to go forward and perhaps let a goal if he made the mistake. As we do see, that's the same for both teams. Almost 5 minutes, and this is Drippe's opportunity, but what a save. Dumbo was the last man back. That was ridiculous.
And we're now into a 10-minute game too. This overtime is literally teetering on a wire. You are the circus act. You are the magician looking to pull that rabbit out of a hat. And right now, I tell you what, that is a big freaking top hat. Because 5 minutes into overtime and no team finding the first goal.
This is so reminiscent of the last season of that Game 7, where if I recall, it went to 4 minutes and 20. It's going even longer. It's the second overtime of the series, and no one looks like they're about to get a goal.
Both teams sweating at the palms here. Chiefs may have just found it. Off the roof, Torsos will take game 2.
How does it end like that? Torsos just getting this pinch, but the read from Kira's touch. There's no way anyone else in the world would have saw that touch. There's no way anyone else in the world would have pinched that against the wall, up in the roof, and down into the goal.
Had to be Torsos.
That was Torsos through and through. He gets his second goal of the series. 15 saves overall. Ridiculous game. And that ties up the series. So not only was that a ridiculous overtime, we potentially have 3 more.
What a ridiculous way to end that overtime. Like that pinch goal. Like no one would have read that. You would have sat there and been like, how? I mean, Scylla would be sitting there going...
They had so many shots. So many of these last-second saves by Jake where they almost would have been like, we've done it! And then all of a sudden, oh.
So close. Almost 6 minutes into overtime as well. That was intense.
And
That was an 11
not
minute
only did
game.
we see 2 games worth of play, we also saw that both of the teams were incredibly... Well, both the games were different. So in regulation time, Chiefs had the pressure. They held them forward. They got shot after shot. As soon as you see overtime come, Scylla Esports reverses the script. They're now in charge of the game. And apparently, if you're in charge, you lose because Chiefs won in that one. In the first one where Chiefs were in charge, they lost.
Well, we are into game 3, however, and Chiefs equalizing. Doesn't matter how they do it. Well, actually, did matter a lot how they did it. But Scylla still feel like they're in control to some degree. 1-1. Has this changed Chiefs? You could arguably say yes. Torsos pushes up and great passing play to kick us off.
You can even tell how close this match is. Even the audience are only 53% on Chiefs Esports right now.
Yep, it's nothing. It's literally the Scylla favoritism there as well. A little bit. You'd expect Chiefs to be dominating the standings.
Considering how they are throughout league play and where they're standing and having just come off Jam, the fact that these are so close, like I don't even think that the audience can be considered in any way incorrect. I think it's that close.
I mean, it's close in the game, close in the voting. Chiefs starting off strong, opening for Jake. Great one.
That is a solid start for Chiefs, but it's been the same every game so far. They've got this first goal, and I think it's been Jake with the first goal each time. No, Torsos got the first one last time.
But
But
Jake
still.
has been stepping up. Jake has been a very core part of Chiefs.
Yeah, he got a hat-trick earlier today. He hasn't had the biggest season so far, but that's where we see the changes to the Chiefs' playstyle coming in.
Scylla Esports has that overtime just pushed them into a bit of insanity here because Chiefs are having a lot more control in game 3. Jake over the wall, far away. As he'll follow, he'll just get the boost and kind of recover this ball. Torsos pushes up very aggressively, but Chiefs are having a lot more say in where this ball goes.
Even now, Scylla has enough to get this ball out of there and back into the Chiefs' end without them capitalizing. It's still a close match.
Every win counts for Scylla Esports. Chief happy to deny that right now.
Yeah, Chiefs just look for the series win, but I think they'll also be happy to deny Scylla any games because they want to avoid them in the grand final. They know the Scylla are one of the big teams that can take them down. So if they can knock them out of the top 4, they'll be happy.
Scylla Esports will not be. Scylla Esports want the wins wherever they may come. A series win is big, and a goal is even bigger.
Oh.
Off the side, Kira a little bit unlucky.
Denied, and that is what Scylla call their signature move, off the side post. I wouldn't say that, but they believe that they always hit the side post or the
They
backboard.
do. We saw it in league play. We just saw how close they came to goals time and time again. And they just didn't get a break off the roof. Chiefs are now punching down with this ball. 2:45 in the corner as he will receive it. But Torsos, he's probably not done. Looking very angry, very aggressive against the Scylla defense.
I love the angles that Torsos gets. He's always getting these great angles that you never think, oh, can he hit it there? He's going to go for something else. Fools his opponents as well.
Chiefs have pushed up again. Torsos not fooling anyone this time around. Scylla will get the defense. Adzi over the top. Again, the ball getting reciprocated nicely. Adzi's there for the opening, but Jake reads the play very nicely. Sets it up for Torsos to push it forward. Torsos doesn't follow through. Drippe instead will receive the ball around this corner, and Chiefs, they've got the ball set up nicely in front of that net, but no one to respond except for Dumbo. Wrong member, wrong team. Scylla Esports get it out, but Jake, he's not done just yet. Look at this, through the roof. Chiefs are just punishing Scylla, and they have a lot more possession in this third game.
Yeah, and you can see the pacing of both these teams. If you put them up against each other, they're almost just as fast. They're going up and hitting every 50-50 at the exact same time. They're getting to every ball just before their opponents if they're getting the pass off, and that's how close these two teams are, even in speed.
Also, rolls the ball. Good dribble to start off. Who's in goals for Scylla Esports? Drippe. See the rotation come through right now. Chiefs Esports have a minute 30 to hold off with one goal. Scylla Esports was looking so promising, but not getting this goal, even as close as it is going to be a hurt for them right in the feels.
It almost feels like the next goal wins, because if Chiefs get 2 ahead, the way these series have been so close and so low scoring, doesn't feel like Scylla can get this back, but they've still got a minute to tie up and take us into another overtime.
The overtime It feels like it's going to come anyway, but you just don't know with these two teams going head-to-head. Another goal for Chiefs will secure things up. You'd have to think that Torsos will be the one to do it, but we'll keep our eyes peeled. Jake redirects the ball over to the right-hand side. Kira slows it, hits it up as he receives. The squid very iconic on top of his car. Torsos.
Isn't it an octopus on his car?
I'm going to call it squid. I feel like it's an octopus, but it's probably...
Let's call them the Octopus Squad.
Scylla Esports. They are the Kraken. They are the monster at
You don't like me cracking these jokes?
No, I don't. I really don't. Why is the rum gone? That's the question I care about. I'm an alcoholic and just got issues. 20 seconds.
Non-alcoholic rum.
They'll be running into danger right now. Scylla Esports trying to push into this goal. 15 seconds. Aggressive moves, but 10 seconds remaining.
This is it.
Scylla find the play. It was a nice touch. It was an opportunity.
It was just too far forward. That's going to give it to Chiefs. Chiefs take out game number 3. The first one that doesn't go to overtime. And to be honest, they held on to that match pretty well. They didn't give a lot of opportunities over to Scylla, who even got 5 shots, but none of them really felt like they were on target.
Proud, however, that Chiefs have sort of come back and this mentality feels like, okay, let's just focus, let's shore it up, and they've done so. 1 goal, they held out, but there was a lot more pressure, a lot more possession from Chiefs. And the way this is going, I mean, game 4 is... I don't want to put anything in anyone's court because I feel like it's so back and forth, it's so close. And still at Esports, all they need is that 1 goal, and they'll continue driving forward.
Well, of note... You saw in the first games, the goals that Scylla are getting are because they apply pressure, they do unpredictable plays that force Chiefs to make mistakes.
Yeah.
And Chiefs didn't make mistakes, and that is a little bit of a problem with the Scylla style, that if you're forcing your opponents to make mistakes and they don't make any, you don't get any goals.
That's right.
And even then, at the end, that was their big play, the pass across from Kira to Dumbo, that wasn't based off forcing a mistake out from Chiefs, but it didn't quite pay off.
So Scylla, if they lose the series here, they will have 1 game onto their name.
That's better. That's great, because a 3-0 loss is pretty devastating in the tiebreakers.
Yep. Especially next, they will be going up against Noises and Toxic, and you have to wonder about that result there. But first, let's focus on Chiefs versus Scylla Esports. Game 4. Straight away, Scylla with a big kickoff will find themselves with the first shot of the game.
If I recall, a 3-0 now puts them through, but they can also 3-0 Noises and Toxic.
Yep.
And even losing 1 here means that they can now 3-1, even if they lose this, against Noises and Toxic and go through.
Wow. Okay, so Scylla Esports will get the first goal. Things are looking promising.
Yeah, this is the turnaround. This is the first time that Scylla has got the first goal in a game. And I was talking to statistician from RLCS, DM Rawlings, this week.
Okay.
75% of the time that you get the first goal, that team wins.
That's a good stat. 3 out of 4 times. That is a beautiful stat. Scylla Esports, let's see if the stats don't lie. Well, they have a shot straight into goal. Someone's back just in time. Yeah, Drippe. Lucky times. Kira trying to capitalize on the person out of goal as he comes through as well. Chiefs, they've lost that first goal. If the stats are true, they are going to be in dire straits in game 4.
I think this is where Scylla really carry away with this game. Now that they're 1 goal in the lead, it puts all the pressure on Chiefs, and that's when mistakes happen.
Chiefs have a good shot, a good setup there, Torsos. We're going to be watching him come off this wing, hits the ball very heavily. Kira over to the other side, 4 minutes remaining. Chiefs down that goal, things are looking worrying. Scylla Esports having a lot more to say in this game. Would like to see another overtime, personal preferences, but...
How many? 10 minutes overtime?
10 minutes overtime, why not?
Perfect.
Go for a 15-minute game. Interesting stuff so far in the match because Scylla Esports didn't think they'd have this much pressure against the Chiefs. But they have been performing out of their mind. And to take a game off the Chiefs, that's big. To take a series off the Chiefs, even bigger.
Well, that's even really important because Chiefs just came off beating Jam. So Scylla can also prove in this one fell swoop that they may just be able to beat both Jam and Chiefs.
Right, it means the difference between them going to RLCS off our PAX LAN and them staying at home and watching from their screens as OCE represents internationally. The big question is who will represent? Nazi, he wants to go. Right now, 3 goals is going to be 3 minutes, I should say. Not goals. 3 goals would be the difference between life and death for Scylla. 2 comfortable, 3 the nail in the coffin.
It's definitely a tough match so far as well. Scylla have improved so much over this season. We saw at the beginning that both Kuria and I thought that they might not even make top 4, and now looking at them, feel like they have to.
Thinking teams like AV would make top 4, team maybe like Legacy could compete. It was a bit of a toss-up who would be that top 4, but Scylla Esports looking like they're going to be the team right now. The question that we're asking though is, are they going to beat Chiefs? And Chiefs are fighting back, but still haven't found that goal, still haven't found the opening in Scylla's defense.
These games being so tight, they want to keep this and get this game in a 1-0. But they're not going to let up the pressure. They're going to keep it aggressive and prevent Chiefs from having those forward opportunities.
Great counter-attack that was just insinuated by Scylla Esports. They come up this right wing and Chiefs are going to be on the defense, but get a big clear for Jake. Nice touch, the backboard. The pressure's just been built up for Chiefs. Unfortunately, we won't find the goal, but they're starting to get some better power plays that we're seeing on the field.
If they had more boost on that counter-attack, they would have been able to go through, but Scylla had already drained them of at least half their boost on each player.
Management needs to be watched here from Chiefs. 1 minute 30,
It's
one
not
goal.
management, it's Scylla just getting all that forward pressure, which just prevents the counterplay. As has been said so many times in Rocket League, sometimes the best defense is a good offense.
Said another things as well, Yummy, but yes.
I've never
100%.
said anything else. I say that every single
No, said in another.
second.
Just said in life. A minute remaining. Chiefs are still getting pushed on. Is 1 goal going to be the difference? Are the stats going to keep going up? 75% becomes 76. 77. I don't know how many are in that pool of results. Scylla are 50 seconds away from taking us to Game 5. Chiefs have a couple of plays left in the back pocket, but how successful will they be? Gotta think this is not looking good for Chiefs.
Scylla keep intercepting every pass. Chiefs are great at getting those infields, but then Scylla are right in that right spot to just prevent the shot from coming out.
30 seconds remaining. Are Chiefs going to fall here? Is it going to go to Game 5? Are Scylla surprising the heck out of us? I think at the moment, yes, they are. Chiefs, power play, big one. Don't find the pass. Jake's not dumb. Ball goes over the head. Here comes Kira, waiting for the response. It's Dumbo instead.
And that is going to secure Scylla Esports in this game number 2. And not only that, 2 wins. Even if they lose at this point, that means they're in a much better position than they thought they would even be. But if they win, they've taken down Pale Horse. They may take down Chiefs. And it's only Jam Gaming that managed to take them down earlier in the season.
And by Hysteric's logic, that means if they beat Chiefs, they can beat Jam.
They can beat anyone.
They can beat anyone. That's your logic. That's everyone's logic. Scylla Esports 2-0. 2-2, I should say. Sorry. Taking on Chiefs. Game 5 comes up. But 2-0 in that game. 5 shots, 2 going in. Great start or great finisher for Scylla Esports. I'm very impressed here, but this comes to Game 5 and a little worried for the Chiefs.
Are we going to see the repeat of last OCE championship where they got to overtime, they were 1 goal away and got crushed by Chiefs after like 5 minutes, and now they have the opportunity to do that again with a Game 5 that by all means looks like it could definitely go to overtime.
Scylla Esports, what is most comfortable for you? You know it's going to be a crushing win on your side, but if Chiefs bring this back, old feelings die hard. Chiefs would just be rinsing and repeating history.
Even now, Chiefs got to be shaking a little bit. They might be just about to lose their first seed spot if they lose this match, because again, they'll have lost 3 games, and that'll destroy their win percentage.
Okay, Scylla Esports. It comes down to this last game, and everyone stepping up. There's some good plays coming through from Scylla Esports. The counter-attack looking pretty good for Scylla. Chiefs Esports, are they in a corner? We're about to find out as we go into Game 5.
Game 5 is where it all happens. It decides who are our favorites potentially going towards PAX. It decides whether Scylla make it through it all. And God, I'd be so nervous if I was on the pitch right now.
I think you would have been nervous in that 5-minute overtime.
Maybe just a little, you know.
It's just been building up ever since. Kira wants to make a name for himself. First goal. Let's talk about those percentages. Let's talk about those stats. And it is such a great start for Scylla Esports. Adzi, he centers the ball. Jake trying to punch it out. For Chiefs, I mean, they're still going up there, but it's just, it might not have the seeding. Scylla Esports struggling a little bit to get this goal, but I think struggling is not the right use of words. It started off strong.
And even now, Torsos, despite not getting a goal in that last game, is still by far the front runner to get the golden striker. But we're going to need to see him in this game get the goals. We can't see him get a 0-goal game if they want to win.
That's right. 4 minutes remaining. No goal just yet, but Scylla finally getting the ball out. It's responded instantly by Chiefs. 3:45, and Adzi hits it to Dumbo. Dumbo hits it back, and it's just bounced down to the ground as Chiefs look for this offensive. We'll find it. Dumbo responding to the ball instantly. Adzi missing the ball. Doesn't open it up for Chiefs just yet.
The battle of the 50-50s. Every single time, 50-50. Whose favor does it go into? Doesn't matter because it goes to another 50-50.
Remember, the pressure's on for both these teams now. At the start, Chiefs just wanted the series win. Scylla needed every single game, and they've gotten the majority of it right now. But Jake, the series win looking good.
Oh, no. You hate to see a series like this go this way. Kira, he has a tendency to do this when it gets to the high-pressure situations. The do or die, just one tiny mistake can cost them an entire series.
That is going to hurt Kira in the long run.
So devastating.
Is this the difference between Scylla winning and losing? It could be.
They've still got 3 minutes, and they are good at bouncing back. That is their advantage right now.
Yep. Kira going to try and make a name for himself better than that. But right now, Chiefs setting up for this goal again. Torsos goes a little bit too far forward. Scylla Esports, are they able to respond on this one? Jake jumps up. Adzi, nice touch. The follow through. Kira has redeemed himself.
And Kira is so good that he got the goal, that he was the one who set up with this first touch. But look at this touchback by Adzi. He knew he had to just get it past Jake to get it down in front of net. And they have tied up the game once again halfway through.
What an intimidating goal from Scylla Esports, running into Chiefs like that. 2:45. Jake off a kickoff. We take it back. Dumbo with the save.
It's
We're
an
not
opportunity.
done. Torsos gets it away, but Adzi saves it.
Just in the nick of time.
It was a good touch there from Adzi. He gets it back, and the counter-attack has just ensured once again. Drippe off the wall into Jake. Responded instantly. Adzi, has he found the ball? Off the backboard. It's not responded. Kira, how much does he want to redeem himself? The answer is so much. The ball saved
my
away.
Goodness, Drippe, what a save. It was almost all the way in. He just came out of net like a turtle out of its shell and slammed that one away.
It was a great save, but Scylla, are they done for now? Drippe, here's his shot off the backboard. Chiefs looking for the demos left, right, and center. 2 minutes remaining. We're tied up. Overtime for Game 5 would really hit the story point dead on.
What a series this has become. This is one that we thought was going to be the Jam versus Chiefs matchup. No, it's Scylla versus Chiefs that is the game of the day so far.
Yep, it's impressing and not failing to perform like both of these teams. 1 minute 30, some good shots, some good saves. Both teams really heightening their level of gameplay here in OCE. Scylla Esports now going to have to deal with Chiefs. They get it away from Jake. Kira misses the touch. Torsos hits it up. Adzi over the top, looking for the demo. Jake playing very aggressively here, wants to take a car out of the game.
Yeah, instead of just rotating straight back, he knows that his two teammates are back there, so he'll look to see if he can get a free demo. And in the end, overcommittance by Scylla in a series where they have played quite carefully. It's the first time that didn't result in a 50-50.
Chiefs finding that extra goal. Could be it. Minute 10 remaining.
There's plenty of time. Scylla have come back once. They can come back again. And I want to see overtime hysterics.
Oh, we all do. We've all seen it before in the past. Scylla Esports have provided us with so much gameplay. We can't end it here. 2-1, a minute remaining. If Drippe or the Chiefs find themselves with another goal, that could be it.
I really, really want to see the goal out from Scylla. But even now, Chiefs just look in control of this game. As soon as they get ahead, they just tighten the clamp.
Dumbo passing around Kira. Like we said, he redeemed himself before, but he wants to do more than that. He wants to control the flow of this game, and the pace is just going to fall into his lap. Torsos, he dribbles the ball. It's 30 seconds. Kira over to Adzi. The passing play. Over the top!
Adzi, he faked him out. What a play. What brilliance and what patience here from Adzi. The pass slash 50-50 was good, but Jake thought he was going high. He gets over it, takes it low, and hysterics.
Way
I think
too
we're going.
slow. Scylla Esports 25. We might just be going to overtime. Would this not be the hero story if Scylla managed to claw this back from an overcommit? Dumbo's there, quick demolition, but the ball, it's all the way back in Scylla's half, and Dumbo is not going to get the response there. So instantly, 10 seconds remaining, Scylla can't open up the goal, get it away from Torsos. Interesting stuff. Get it the heck out of there. The ball hits the ground. Last play from Scylla, and Chiefs, they want it to hit here. And if we go to overtime, oh boy, rinse and repeat.
That was a scary moment, but Dumbo came in clutch with that double touch off the corner. He took out the Chiefs' attack just in their last chance at glory.
Pass back,
Oh,
miss.
no.
No, Dumbo,
Oh!
quick shot. They've got it, and Scylla create the upset against Chiefs.
Right off the kickoff, 10 seconds is all it takes. Chiefs look for the back pass, and Dumbo in the perfect position to capitalize. He does not even need boost.
Scylla Esports have done it. They've taken the win, and with that, they push themselves forward. What a series win. They can beat Chiefs. They've taken Pale Horse. What can't they do?
That has secured them not top 4, but top 5, and now all they need up against their next series is just a couple of game wins against Noisies and Toxic, who have sat at the back, and who would have expected Scylla Esports at the beginning of the day to take down Chiefs, who just took down Jam.
Oh, I was just sitting there gobsmacked for those last 10 seconds, and happening for Dumbo to finish it as well. I am so glad. He must feel amazing.
Yeah.
He was so torn up when he couldn't make last season, and now he's set his team on the path for that RLCS dream.
He had some clutch moments as well, but most importantly, they took it down in overtime game 5.
Take that, history.
That is just, it's blown history out of the water. And for Scylla, imagine how redeeming that is as well. Imagine how good that feels that in the championship season, they've actually just taken down another one of their rivals. Chiefs going down 3-2. Not going to feel good for Chiefs there, but for Scylla Esports, this means so much.
It's so important as well because they came in the season and just picked up Adzi, which everyone was questioning. Like, how would they go? Will they be able to even make it to PAX? Well, they're stamping their ticket now.
Yeah, the Adzi moment in the final game showcases, he was a good pickup. They did nothing wrong all the way.
What a compelling series. Chiefs Esports looking pretty strong in the start of that series to a degree, but Scylla always holding to the beat of the drum of Chiefs. We have to put a highlight out there. You talked about Dumbo, Kira. And coming back to your Adzi point, I think Adzi has fit in really nicely in this squad, and he deserves whatever praise we can give him.
You can even see both Adzi and Kira just absolutely standing really close to the top in terms of assists. And all three of them work really well together in attack. There's no superstar driving it forward.
And that's a thing you need for when you're building those pressure plays. If you're relying on one player to finish it, your opponents just need to target them or wait for them to come forward. They know the pressure's about to be built. But if all players can do it, there's no weak spots.
Well, you look at that in terms of Chiefs. Torsos, they rely on getting those goals, and he just didn't score enough in that last game.
Yeah, unfortunate for the Chiefs, but for Scylla Esports, that creates the upset, and that creates such an exciting potential as we move forward. However, if you're looking to become as good as some of our pros on the field, you can go over to throwdowntv.gg and sign up for our community night for our junior and our senior division there.
You can also go down below and click on the link.
Yeah, the doobly-doo.
Yeah, the doobly-doo.
There's little doobly-doos down there.
Look, speaking of doobly-doos, Noisy isn't Toxic versus Scylla coming up next, and that is going to be a bit of a potential shake-up for Noisy. We'll talk about that in a little bit after a short break when we return.